Right, well, as you know, Beach1 suffered a puncture a little while back and ripped the tyre out. I finally got the new tyre and inner tube here, so assembled a few tools. And I've got one of the most important things, a cupper. Bit of vibes on the go, and we're going to get this thing repaired because I've got a beach trip up and coming soon and I need Beach1 back on the road. Right, let's get started. Okay, so what we do now is we put it on the Black & Decker workmate, pump these up, do both sides, that locks it on, gives me a fully stable working environment, and it's all looking good. So that's locked on, and then what I need to do is get the back wheel off, and if you remember last time, you put your hand in there. What do you want? So first thing we've got to do is I've got to undo that, and this one this side, then that, get off my hand you fool, and then the spindle right through there, then this drive belt's got to come off, and then in theory I can work to get the wheel out. So let me get that all loosened up and we'll see how we go, if the cat doesn't attack me. What you got to do is undo these enough so you can twist them off and then actually get the wheel out. So I've got that now so I can spin it. So that's fair enough back, and I'm keeping both the locking nuts on. Right, let me do the other side. Then we'll crack these off and get to a stage where we can get the wheel off. And this is an absolute pig to get this nut line back up. We've got to undo this so the cable can go all the way back through to discharge this, because this works the brake. So when that moves forward, that puts the brake on in there. So these bolts are loose now. This is just in a slot here, so it should just pull back. But I'm going to have to push it forward, unhook the drive belt. It's not chain driven, but I need this brake off to be able to do this. So give me 5 to do that as well. Right, so that's off now. But that cable going through there and this nut are an absolute pig, because you can see from the shape of this, it has to go in, slide in, and then it compresses when you tighten it up to hold it up. So the bolt is actually this funny shape and has to get in the right position to go through, and it's an absolute pig to line up. Right, let's get this wheel off. So it's all loose, so we can get the drive belt off, and in theory it should, if I can get this side off, which I can't at the moment. Hang on, I'll have to come back though. Well, I don't know if you can see it, but up behind here there's a nut goes right through here, which we've got to get off to disconnect the brake. I can't get on it to get it. I don't even know what size it is. I've got a 7. It seems too big for that. So right, we're going to get Phillips, see if we can just undo the screw here and get it out. Right, well, it's off. So if we undo this, pull that out, that's the brakes. It's like a band, so when this lever moves here, we pull this lever here, these band things here contract and they slow the wheel down. So how do we get this tyre off here? Do we use tyre levers? No, we don't. This is a bit of a unique design actually. I'll get an Allen key, undo these 3 Allen bolts, and the rim splits in half. And I'll put a tyre on half the rim, join the rim back together, and it's good. Right, let's get on with it. Right, so we put an Allen key in here. And then we just give it a crank. And eventually out comes the bolt. So let me crack all 3 of those and we'll separate the wheel. Right, that's all 3 Allen bolts removed out the wheel. I was in town earlier this afternoon and we're knocking these out for £1. It's blinding. It's just foldable Allen keys, but yeah, it's got the job out. So right, let's split the rim. Okay, Simple as that. Just pulls off and you've got it all separated. So right, let's lose that. Let's actually see what happened to this tyre. Right, hang on, you got to see this. I think that's a bit of damage to the inner tube, don't you? Oh my god. Well, that's scrap. Where's this tyre? There's a hole in there. Where is this hole? Hold on a minute. Yep. I wonder why it blew the inner tube out. It is knackered. Right, let's get this new one in. What you can see on the rim is there's actually a valve cut out where my thumb is in a circle. That's where, with the new tyre, this valve's got to come up there, and you've got to slide this together without getting the inner tube trapped. Right, so it's all back together. Obviously the tyre's still a bit loose, so I'll put some air in it. I'll just use a normal bicycle pump and we'll see whether the tyre and the inner tube take up the slap and it bites on the rim. So let me give it a pump up and we'll see how we go. Right, I've had to take it back apart again because the valve isn't sitting up far enough for me to get the pump on and off, and the reason being is this tyre has got loads of this rubber flash on it from where they made it. Should be to the edge here, so I'm going to have to gently try and trim all the way around and get it off. So that's going to be a bit careful to do. I mean, look at the size of this bit here. Should actually be along this bead here. So right, I've gone and got another cup of tea. I think this is the 2 cup of tea trip today. Right, let's go for it. Well, we're getting nowhere fast here. The thread on the valve is stripped. I only put the pump on it once, pumped it up, let it down, put it on a second time, thread's gone. So I'm going to have to try and get to the garage now, see if I can get an air hose at the garage on it, because I've got no other way of clamping on it. I'll have to try and just push one on it. How annoying is that? What cheap crap from China. Right, let's crack on. Right, just been to the garage and blown it up. As you can see, it's nicely seated. That was a job and a half. Look at how the valve angle is. I struggled I had to do with flat tyre inflation on the car pump at the garage. Right, let's get this back on. And that's all the rubber that I trimmed off as well earlier. Right, all back together. Brakes all done. New tyre. And the wheels are lined. So it's actually sitting in there straight. Right, let's see if this thing will start. So, Beach1 lives again. Nice new tyre on the back. She's raring to go. Right, turn her off, and we're done.